An anonymous letter reaches French police in 1901. A woman has been locked away for over 20 years in a house. When they force open the upstairs door, someone lies in the dark, skin and bone, surrounded by rats, roaches, and human filth. Her name, Blanche Monnier, missing for 25 years, hidden in her own mother's house. And at night, she whispered, "Don't let her in. She hates the light."
Welcome to THN Mystery. This is not a place for the curious. This is a place for those who need to know. Even if knowing means you'll never sleep again. We don't make things up. We retell what has already happened. Forgotten cases, shadows in history, and things that were never meant to be spoken of. If you believe in reason, prepare to let it go. If this is exactly what you've been looking for, then you're in the right place. Like and subscribe to the channel and join us as we step into another chapter of darkness. Now turn off the lights and enjoy.
DUSK file, the Werewolf on Bray Road, classified file from Walworth County. Part 1, Claws in the Dawn Light, Elkhorn, Wisconsin, autumn 1990. A young woman named Doris Gibson was driving home late at night along Bray Road. Cold rain was falling and thick fog clung to the earth. When her car suddenly hit something, she stopped and saw a towering creature, upright on two legs, growling, eyes glowing red, hands ending in long fur-covered claws. It charged at her. She screamed, hit the gas, and fled. When she reached the police station, her hands were still trembling and her neck bore scratches, as if something had clawed through her windshield. No one believed her. But this wasn't the first time someone in Elkhorn had seen it. Part 2, Witnesses Who Can't Forget. Reporter Linda S. Godfrey began investigating after receiving over 30 similar reports within just 2 years. A delivery man claimed it stood at the edge of the field like someone wearing a fur cloak, but the head was a wolf's. And when my headlights hit it, it didn't move. It smiled. A local hunter, a former Marine, swore he saw the creature rising from a gutted deer carcass. It wasn't feeding. It was performing some kind of ritual. A child who went missing in 1992 was found 3 days later, hair turned white, memory wiped, only muttering, "The dog that walks like people, talk to me," but not with a mouth. Part 3, Legend or Ritual. Some archived records suggest the Ho-Chunk Nation once called the area around Bray the Gray Place, where animal spirits that failed to pass on would rise each time 3 full moons aligned in autumn. A legend tells of Wagandasa, a cursed warrior spirit who consumed human flesh to survive a snowbound siege. In 1936, night watchman Mark Shackleman reported seeing a creature digging near St. Coletta Monastery. From its mouth came a low, garbled sound resembling Latin, mea culpa, mea bestia. My sin, my beast. Part 4, Traces and Silence. For decades, residents have found tracks twice the size of a wolf's with heel-like impressions. Pet carcasses ripped apart without blood, but reeking of rot and sulfur. Trail cameras placed along Bray Road consistently malfunctioning within minutes, always capturing a pair of glowing eyes in the fog as their final frame. In 2015, an amateur filmmaker went missing while trying to track the Bray Beast. He returned 3 days later, camera destroyed. The final audio captured his ragged breathing and a whisper. "You don't see me, but I've always seen you." Part 5. The Faceless Shadow. Local authorities dismissed the story as mass delusion and Halloween hysteria. But at the abandoned St. Michael's Church, where 2 disappearances occurred, locals still light candles yearly for those who were bitten and never came back. Sam had access to a sealed case file from a retired investigator, a 1993 photo, blurry but unmistakable, a large figure at the edge of a cornfield. In its hand was a torn piece of cloth, embroidered with the name Gibson. Part 6. New Witnesses and Signs of Return. In October 2023, a couple driving at night along Bray Road reported seeing a creature over 2 meters tall crossing the road in just 2 steps. Their car had 3 deep scratches and a clump of dark fur caught in the windshield wiper. The fur was analyzed at the University of Wisconsin. The result? No match to any native species, but a genetic sequence 87% similar to human DNA. Days later, the couple vanished. Police found their abandoned car near St. Michael's Church, the doors wide open, a faint burnt odor inside, and a massive muddy handprint on the windshield. Part 7. The Night Hunter's Journal. A private cryptid researcher, codenamed V. Marlowe, began tracking the Bray Road werewolf. In his journal, he wrote, "I camped near Willow Forest. Something's watching me. Not an animal. I heard it laugh. His night recording devices captured heavy footsteps, repeating in a strange rhythm, 4 beats collapsing into 2, as if a 4-legged creature learned to walk upright. His final audio log before vanishing held a single whispered sentence. You came to find me, but I've lived inside you since before you knew fear." Part 8. The Witch's Circle and the Ash Gray Woods. 19th century records from the Elkhorn Public Library show the land around Bray Road was once a site for executions of the Horns of Shadow, a cult accused of summoning beast spirits. At the heart of the Ash Gray Woods, Sam discovered a partially buried stone circle arranged in the shape of an inverted Algiz rune, an anti-protection symbol used in necromantic rituals. At the center was a deer carcass, bloodless, organs meticulously removed without signs of tools. A deep claw-shaped cross was carved into its forehead. Part 9. The Door Between Worlds. A witness named Chloe shared her experience under the condition of anonymity. I saw it at the end of the cornfield, but when I turned around, it was behind me, whispering in my voice. Occult researchers believe Bray Road is a breathing point, where the veil between the living world and the unconscious realm grows thin. There, formless entities can borrow bodies, memories, and the shape of fear itself. Part 10. The Appointment File. The Dead Return. In 2024, a retired sheriff who once investigated the 1992 case received a birthday card from a woman presumed missing for over 3 decades. The handwriting matched, but the birth date read October 31st, 1892. He recalled, "When I burned the card, the flame turned green, no smoke. That night, I dreamed of myself, but no longer human." Final entry. Unanswered questions remain. Is the Bray Road werewolf a real creature, or the physical shape of an ancient guilt? If it can mimic voices, could it walk among us? Why do those who encounter it disappear, or return changed? Are we nearing the gate between worlds, or is it already opening? And most terrifying of all, if it still lives, then under every full moon. Where is it now? The file remains open, but the thing that moves through the mist on Bray Road may no longer be a wolf.
You've just heard a true story, or at least a piece of the truth, but what you just heard might still be happening somewhere out there. This is THN Mystery, where every shadow leaves a trace. Let us know your thoughts on the story, or tell us what you want to hear.